Good afternoon, everybody. Stan and Jack here, and we are doing Ask Us. Ask Us is a webinar that we do for subscribers, and this is for you to ask us whatever you want. It can be about the market. It can be about technical analysis. It can be about what happened today. It can be about the services, whatever it is that's on your mind. That's why we do this once a month. This is primarily aimed at new subscribers, but existing subscribers too have questions often. So that's why we do it. I'm going to go through our our disclaimer, and I just want to give you guys a chance to key in questions in the questions tab. We'll get to them one at a time. Our disclaimer, of course, give this a moment to come up, is we do this for educational purposes only. We present these materials and all of our technical analysis as a way of showing and demonstrating trading. We're not here to issue trading signals per se, okay? So, and that's just how we work here, just about everything we do. So, interested in your questions. Jack, what comments do you have about today's price action? We can just, you and I can have a little chat while they key in questions.
Well, it was pretty heavy, but the two things I note are all of the buy signals we had from last night actually were still there this morning. Everything confirmed overnight, and they're still very much in play. And actually, when you look at it, we just made marginal new lows. We made a marginal new low on ES. We made a marginal new low on NQ. And I mean, obviously, it might drive down further overnight, but there's not much in the way of downward pressure here. All of these potentially are double bottom setups.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I've now got the negative divergence got overridden on TF yesterday. I've now got a 60-minute buy signal brewing there too. We could definitely rally here, no question about it.
Yep, there's no question. I agree. I had 2090 on cash as a target originally, and I mean I've had that now for weeks, and we're there. You know, so we made full target. So we had 94s as a possible target, and we made full target. And we're at a trend line now too. So we have lots of reasons to turn right here. We'll see what happens.
What I would say is, last Friday I posted a chart of the rut, and I said that I was talking about the beautiful double top that had broken down on the rut, and that I was just saying that it was a very good technical instrument, and my normal working assumption would be that that would make target. And it hasn't actually quite made target yet. It's actually not far away. It's pretty close. Actually, throw me the screen over and I'll show it.
Rut, I had 1156 as a potential target. Is that what you're talking about, roughly speaking?
11 on Rut.
Yeah.
1150 dead.
Yeah. Okay. We're looking at the same thing then. That's my measurement, and we're close to there. We're at the S1 right now at 66s.
Hang on, I'm just checking it's showing the right screen. Monitor 2. Okay, can you see my chart all right?
I can now.
Okay, this is the rising wedge. Very nice. Rut does tend to pattern well. It really does. And we break down from here, and I was saying that we were. My normal working assumption would be after a break like this, broke both the wedge and the double top at the same time. My working assumption would be that we would make this target, and that target is 1150, and it's almost been reached. The low today was very close, 1156. We've not quite made it. NQ is allowed to miss double top targets. It does that regularly. So Rut, generally speaking, is going to make it. So that's what I'm looking at here. That's pretty close to the 38.2. This is the area at which we can turn, and I'd be starting. And a turn here could be the retracement low.
Yeah. Yep, I totally agree.
But it needs to make this target, and I'm thinking we might well. I mean, normally we would see a reasonable rally of some kind, and then a retest and then go. I think we might be about to put in the high before the low. Either that, or we go down a little further. We may put in the low itself.
Yeah, I'm just playing around with trend lines now, and it appears to me that we're very, very close. We could get one more marginal new low on the mini tonight, and I think that could be the turn. We'll see.
Yep, it only needs a marginal new low at this stage. It's but I think it's the other thing to mention is here, of course. What are we looking at here for the target? We're looking at 1150. Where is the 200 DMA on Rut? 1149.68. It's a match. Very nice match.
Yeah.
This is a compelling target on Rut. and chances are we're going to make that, we're now very close to it, because actually while ES has been mainly trading sideways, REST has been mainly trading down. So we're almost at that target, whereas ES really hasn't been going down to match it, making marginal new lows on ES, which is not really that bearish. Anyway, so that was my comment on that.
Okay, very good. Okay, let's go to our questions. And how did you trade ES today? Well, that's a good question. I made a post today that if we didn't get over a certain level, and I don't remember what that level is, that the bulls would have a bad day. I think that was the post I made this morning, and I don't remember what that was. I think it was 95.96. Okay, we didn't break that, and I got out of my long, and I was doing nothing all day while this was going down because I'm looking for a turn, and I don't need to day trade every day. Okay, I have other trades on, I have other swing trades on, so I'm looking for a turn, I'm looking for a setup. I think this is it. I'm long now. At the end of the day, I got long. So that's kind of how I traded it. I didn't trade it.
I didn't trade it either. I traded a lot of instruments today. I traded CL, I traded HG, I traded KC, LE, NG, and ZB, but I didn't trade ES. And I might have gone in there. I said in my post this morning.
Isn't it interesting? I'm trading the same things.
Oh, really?
Pretty close.
They're the most interesting instruments there at the moment.
They are. They have good setups.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact is, we cover
NG and CL. Did you say CL too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Okay. So the thing is, they were the most interesting. Really, ES wasn't making the top 5 today. It's particularly the DWAP broke this morning.
If we had broken 95.96, I think that was the level I posted this morning. I don't recall, but I said it needed to go, or we were going to have a bad day, and that's what happened. The bulls had a bad day today.
It wasn't a particularly interesting instrument to trade today, and I didn't trade it. I mean, the thing is, we cover, we cover 8 instruments in detail that I cover on the bonus charts. I mean, I'm really watching another 3 or 4 in some detail. In addition to that, that gives us a large menu of things to trade. Stand up to. So I mean, ES often doesn't make the top 5.
Yeah, and my advice around that sort of stuff is basically, you have to trade good setups. You see good setups, you see positive, negative divergence, you see alignment with time. I mean, I prefer trading something like that than just trying to trade the same instrument every day. After a while, you get burnout, in my opinion. Anyway.
I agree. And also, the great thing about having all those instruments available is you can pick and choose which ones look the nicest.
Exactly. I think that's what traders have to do. I agree. Okay, next question. How low do you think ES can go down before it rallies? Okay, I think we kind of answered that, kind of, sort of.
It doesn't look like there's much more in this move.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
There's a huge amount of positive divergence. I think really it's just maybe it's just marking time till RUT reaches that target. It's almost there.
Yep.
And it's going to do that.
We're in the turning process, in my opinion, right here.
Yep.
And if I'm looking at cash, I'm just trying to look at my cash chart because I typically go to cash first. If I were to give a low that I think could be reached, that's kind of how I'm looking at this right now, Jack. I think a low that could be reached is on cash is 81s. Okay, 81s is the monthly S2. It's just below the trend line. I think the S1 is going to be support. I'd be very surprised if 81s on cash go. Okay, and today's low, by the way, that would be a turning point for me. If it broke there, then I'm going to start looking at this chart differently. Okay, but the low today was 85. And I'm looking at 81.97 as a potential monthly S2 support, and we have nice divergence with cash right now too. So anyway, looks good.
What I would add to that is that the 200 DMA on SPX is at 208.229.
Yep, that's right.
Where this is it on the chart here. We're heading to this time.
Excuse me, sorry.
I'm not seeing any particular reason to think that we're going to see a conviction break at that level.
Yep, I agree. Okay, there are no other questions. We only have a few people in, so I guess most of our subscribers don't have questions. So guys, if you have questions, key them in now. You have us captive. Anything you want to chat about? Let me ask you guys a question. What would you think about us having a chat room instead of a Twitter feed? Because Jack and I have been talking about it. It would be more real time. You would have the ability to actually chat to one another, as well as chat to us on the side. It's something that that we've been talking about, adding that to the daily update service. Okay, I have one person that says, I like the Twitter feed.
Okay.
Not exactly a scientific poll, for folks, but I'm just curious. I'm just curious because we were just talking about it.
It would have everything the Twitter feed has got. I mean, in terms of, well, it wouldn't have retweets really, but it would certainly have all the comments from the subscribers and all the comments from us.
Yeah, right.
And the ability to go PM with obviously any other member or us, and if you wanted to. So I mean, the chat room would add quite a lot of functionality there.
Yeah, you can get to it when you're not at home because it's going to be linked to the website. In other words, if you can access the website from any device, you can access the chat room. That's how we're going to set it up. So you'll be able to access it when you're not at home. I agree. The other thing about this chat room is we will be able to email the feed to all subscribers at the end of the day. So you'll be able to see all of our commentary for the day, plus anything else we do, which this would have the ability to put up charts and other stuff too. So anyway, okay, I see no other questions. So unless other folks have questions, I think we may have an early wrap here. Somebody just joined us. Welcome. And if there are any questions, guys, I'm going to give you another 60 seconds, and then we're going to call this a wrap.
Unless we get asked another question.
Yep. Or somebody else answers the question about the possible chat room. We're going to have to promote this next time, and I keep forgetting to promote this Ask Us thing, but I think we need to do that so subscribers know to come and ask questions.
Yeah, I think we need to mention it on Twitter the previous couple of days, a couple of times.
Yes, you will be able to use the chat room on your mobile. You can use it any device that accesses the website. If you can access the website, because the chat room is going to be built into the website. It'll be accessible from any device. If you can access the website, you can access the chat room that we're planning. I have a question. I was wondering how much you guys use standard deviations in your daily trading.
Well, I use them all the time in terms of Bollinger Bands.
Right.
I mean, usually the 2 standard deviation, standard one, then the 3 standard deviation for which we've been sitting on.
Right.
So I mean, this is use those quite a lot. They're extremely useful. In terms of using them elsewhere, not a great deal.
Well, VWAP, you have the bands on VWAP, right? You have the bands on Bollingers. You have the bands on Keltner channels. So, if you use certain instruments, you're using standard deviation. I think that's what you meant, right, Young? I think that's what you meant. If not, just ask. Okay. Slack is a good platform for sharing charts. Only downside with chat is it may get too noisy if people are always chatting or getting off topic. So regulations need to be in place. I fully agree with that.
I couldn't agree more. But the thing is, of course, we will have the ability for everyone to PM each other.
Yep.
So if they want to just shoot the shit, as it were, then they can always talk. They can take it into PM and talk there, and it's not in the main room. So I think we can keep the main room trade focused.
Yep, absolutely agreed. Okay, next statement. I think it was Jack that mentioned that yesterday the ES had broken through its 3rd standard deviation Bollinger Band.
Well, actually, you're looking at it right now. This is. It hadn't broke. Well, it had broken through it 2 days ago.
Broken
underneath. it's actually been riding the not the standard lower band. We've actually for 2 days we've been riding the 3 SD1. Notice that's where the low was yesterday. It's pretty much where the low was today.
Yep.
We are basically trading between the 2 and 3 SD bands, and that is a very strong band ride. It doesn't tend to last for too long.
I agree. A couple of days usually.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't something you see last for long, but it's always interesting to see. It is, generally speaking, it is a place to be looking for a nice buying opportunity. And as in case you just joined us, I've just mentioned this is the we're looking at this target area here, and this is the area around the 200 DMA on SPX, and we're pretty close to touching the 200 DMA on RUT2. This is an obvious level. We've got shed loads of positive divergence here.
Technically speaking, this is called mean reversion. We're reverting to the mean, which is the 200-day moving average. Next question, Jack, this is for you. 1 minute sell signal has fixed. What is your definition of this? And specifically, he has quoted has fixed.
Okay, well actually the first thing I'd say is remind me on the Twitter, and I'll just post the link to the Twitter glossary again, which you need to read. But what it is the signals, a brewing signal is a potential signal. A fixed signal is a signal that stopped being a potential signal and is now an actual signal. And when it's made the near miss target, the targets are on RSI. The target on the sell signal is the 30 level on the RSI, a near miss is 35. And the target on a buy signal is 70 on the RSI, and depending on whether it's RSI or 14 or 5, because I don't call those signals in the room, but I call them on the larger degree charts you see on my posts. But and the near miss on that would be 65.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually all in the Twitter glossary, which is if you pull down your subscriber content on the site.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that page.
Absolutely. And the has fixed, I just want to add one thing to that. So you could have a potential signal, like on any trading instrument. If you're watching Bollinger Bands, right? And let's say you're playing the break back through of the second standard deviation Bollinger Band for a long, let's say. Well, what if you come right up to it, but you don't break through it? The signal hasn't fixed yet. So the words have fixed means that the instrument or whatever has completed whatever pattern it has to complete. So with the second standard, you'd break through it, you'd come back to it, convert it to support, and then go. That would be fixing the signal. So I'm just trying to describe what fixing a signal is. If you're trading if you're trading any system on a moving average or whatever, you can have a setup for a signal, but it doesn't fix until you cross certain levels. I think that's the main message I was trying to get across. Okay, are there other questions? Okay, I think that answered the question that Paul had, Jack, and I think that's a wrap.
Cool, excellent.
All right, guys. See you on the Twitter feed tomorrow. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.